The False Claims Act, also known as the Lincoln Law, is an American federal law that holds individuals and businesses, typically federal contractors, liable for defrauding government programs. It is the primary litigation tool used by the federal government to combat government fraud. The law contains a key TAM provision that allows people who are not affiliated with the government, referred to as realtors under the law, to file actions on the government's behalf. This is referred to colloquially as whistleblowing, especially when the realtor works for the organization being sued. Today on Fraud Files, we'll look at the case of Steward Health Care System, which was charged $4.7 million for violating the False Claims Act by paying physicians for services that they did not provide. Make sure to watch the entire story to avoid missing any of the details. Remember to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to be notified when new videos are posted. Let's get started. Steward Health Care System agreed to pay $4.7 million to settle allegations that it violated the False Claims Act by paying physicians for services that they did not provide. The allegations were investigated by the U.S. and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts after 3 whistleblowers filed a False Claims Act complaint in the U.S. District Court for the District of Massachusetts in 2018. The whistleblowers will be paid 17% of the settlement amount, or about $800,000. Steward Health Care System is one of the largest private for-profit healthcare networks in the country. In Massachusetts, the system owns several hospitals, including the for-profit Steward Good Samaritan Medical Center Incorporated in Brockton. According to the complaint, GSMC entered into an agreement with the Brockton Urology Clinic in 2011 to establish a prostate cancer center of excellence at GSMC. However, Steward admitted that as of January 2012, GSMC did not have a prostate cancer center of excellence, and Brockton Urology did not provide the services specified in the agreement. GSMC allegedly paid Brockton Urology according to the agreement from April 2011 to December 2017, despite not providing the required services. According to the settlement, Brockton Urology referred patients to GSMC in exchange. According to the U.S. Department of Justice in February 2022, the U.S. reached a settlement agreement with Brockton Urology in which the clinic agreed to pay $100,000 to resolve the False Claims Act violations. GSMC also signed agreements with other physician practices. One agreement called for a physician practice to provide a physician to serve as the director of the GSMC prostate cancer program. However, Steward admitted that the practice never provided a physician or any of the services specified in the agreement. Regardless, from April 2011 to December 2015, Steward paid the physician practice, which referred patients to GSMC. Steward assessed improper rent to physicians, physician organizations, and non-physician organizations, causing some entities to pay rent below fair market value. The health system stated that between January 2010 and October 2015, it leased property to these physicians and organizations, and that these entities served as referral sources for its Massachusetts hospitals. Financial and referral arrangements between hospitals and physician practices that violate federal healthcare laws undermine the integrity of crucial medical decision-making. Philip M. Coyne, special agent in charge of the HHS Office of Inspector General, said in the press release, "This settlement is an example of the government's combined efforts to protect federal healthcare programs and their beneficiaries from those who are alleged to have violated these laws." During the government's investigation, Steward revealed information about 2 other sets of physician relationships that the U.S. claims violated federal law. First, in October 2010, Steward agreed to pay a physician to serve as the medical director of post-acute care services at GSMC. Steward admits that it was unable to confirm that the physician performed the services, but that it continued to pay the physician from November 2010 to June 2016, and that the physician referred patients to GSMC during that time. Second, Steward admits that it failed to charge the proper rent on some of its leases with physicians, physician organizations, and non-physician organizations, resulting in some of those entities paying rent that was less than the required amount. In connection with the settlement, GSMC has entered into a 5-year corporate integrity agreement with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Office of Inspector General, which calls for an independent review organization to conduct an annual review of its financial arrangements for compliance with the anti-kickback statute and the Stark Law. Steward had publicly denied the allegations, but in the signed settlement agreement, the health system acknowledged and accepted responsibility for the government's findings. This case is about fraud, waste, and abuse by Steward at the expense of the American taxpayers, United States Attorney Rachel S. Rollins stated in the press release. When hospitals like Steward violate the law, we will work tirelessly to recover from them taxpayer money in order to ensure that Medicare and Medicaid funds are going to treat patients instead of supporting fraud. This settlement should serve as a warning to hospitals that they should not pay referring doctors for services that they did not provide, said Joseph R. Bonavolota, special agent in charge of the FBI Boston Division. Here, a hospital paid referring physicians under the guise of a bogus cancer center. The FBI is proud to work alongside our partners to make sure hospitals follow the law and to root out fraud anywhere in the system. The announcement was made by U.S. Attorney Rollins, HHS OIG SAC Coyne, and FBI SAC Bonavolota. The Office of the Inspector General and the Department of Defense also assisted. The case was handled by Rollins' Affirmative Civil Enforcement Unit's Assistant U.S. Attorneys Charles B. Winograd and Jessica J. Weber. That concludes today's Fraud Files episode, which featured the case of Steward Health Care System, which was charged $4.7 million for violating the False Claims Act by paying physicians for services that they did not provide. Remember, falsifying anything in life does not lead to truth. We hope you enjoyed watching the video. If so, please subscribe to and like our channel. By clicking the bell icon, you can stay tuned to our channel for more amazing videos like this one. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We'll see you in the next Fraud Files episode.